Alrighty guys and gals, check out that beautiful sun gun. Man, it's a good engine. 634 horsepower. If you ain't seen that video, you need to check it out. If you like noise and dyno runs, that was a really good video. I liked it. Don't know about the rest of the internet, but I liked it. I had fun. But today, we're going to be digging another engine of mine out. No, not the little 322 now I had with the experimental Isky dragster cam. Not my 215 olds with the really cool homemade headers. And we aren't digging out either of them two because, well, they're already out. You know, the Pro Stock Hemi, my little 241 Dodge that's got the high compression John's pistons in it. No, or the two 273 engines that's sitting right there and right there. No, we're digging out another small block that you can't really see. But those are the heads for it. And it's an engine for a particular gray A body I own that's sitting right over there. We're going to dig it out. And we're gonna do some mock-up on this engine and start looking for parts so we can start putting it together because, man, it's gonna be wild and fun. And well, I'm just off of, you know, one dyno run with my 505 that Advanced Engine Machine helped me get together. And I'm excited. And yeah, I could go right into finishing the Pro Stock. It's in mock-up, but you know what? Too many projects is better than no projects, so what do you say we dig out this freaking 340 I got and start putting some stuff on it, see how it's going to turn out. You going to help me dig this 340 out and put it on the stand, Dad?
I think I was going in the house.
What, it's only like 90 something degrees today. You wussing out on me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. You can wuss out. You've earned that right.
Let me know if you need any help.
Oh yeah, I need your help.
Okay.
So in case any of you forgot, the 340 we're digging out is a 340 that we did the electrolysis on and made it look brand new. Look at that thing. Look at that daggone thing. Woo! Show a little bit of leg. Woo! Look at that. That thing stayed nice and clean. Of course, we sprayed it down with enough WD-40 to oil an entire city, and it's all soaked up inside of the block, so it should keep it nice and protected. We'll get this thing dug out. We'll be able to start doing some measuring, figure out what bore size pistons we need. Make sure to, I got a 340 crank over there, steel crank, and I've got a steel 273 crank here. And I've got another steel 340 crank that's in my 273 and my Dart that I plan on ripping out to put that crank back in it so it's all correct, because the 273 crank has smaller counterweights, so it's a lighter weight, and it needs to be in the 273, not a 340 crank. So we've got cranks, but we don't have rods and we don't have pistons. We have 273 rods, but I'd rather use all the right stuff. Mainly, well, we'll tell you about the 340 here in a bit. Let's get it dug out of its hole and put it up on the stand. We might have to take a little pause from our 340 escapade because there's a Ford in our... I don't think it's supposed to do that. You bring a Ford amongst our mess.
Had a class to join up.
Next to the Hemi Charger?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that was a poor choice of words. The interior, however, definitely. You guys don't know. You guys don't even know. This interior. Oh.
1978 time capsule.
Dad's gonna look at that and he's gonna start having a trip and a flashback.
God dang right.
If you guys don't know what car this is, or you don't know who that guy is, you need to go check out Straight Six Pack. I'm gonna go back to work now because I've got a 340 to load up. And the old Fairmont. This thing is super cool. Seriously, go check out Grant. You know, Fairmont ain't everybody's cup of tea or taste, but you just don't find them like this. And he's taking really good care of it. And this first little like major trip, he's gonna probably fire it up for us. It is really surrounded. Hey now, you're moving our rock. Look at what you're doing. Oh, that was that big cloud of smoke earlier. Okay. Where are we at? We're way up there. Well, your exhaust isn't super hot, so that's good. But it ain't burning my eyes or nothing back here, so It definitely sounds good, Grant.
Yeah.
I give you that.
Flowmaster 50 series.
Oh, that sounds good. If anybody's curious what I'm doing, I'm holding my hand underneath the tailpipe so I can... Yeah, it's good. Yeah, you got her dialed in pretty good.
Air fuel ratio, we were sitting about 14 there in the glove box. That's all right.
I like
It's a little lean right now, but it'll probably...
I prefer an engine to run a little bit lean, really. Everybody always says fat is happy. I would rather my engine run a little bit lean, especially an old engine. You got to burn all that carbon off the tops of the pistons, and then you can get it running right. You can rich it up a little bit. Like the Duster, I've got it purposely set up lean just for that purpose, because it's an old truck engine with a big cam, so got to burn all that crap off. So yeah, seriously guys, go check out Grant.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Is it still straight 6-fan, or is it just 6-fan now?
Officially it's straight 6-fan, but I think long term, I think I'll just kind of go by the nickname 6-fan, I think, moving forward, but
Sweet.
call me whatever.
Oh. Hi, Carolyn.
Yeah. Just don't call me Shirley.
Shirley. We'll call him Shirley. So go check out Shirley at straight 6-fan, and we're gonna get back to work on a 340. Alrighty, so we got the old cradle on the back of here. We're gonna get those tightened up. We have Grant still. Grant is hanging out. Oh, don't you do that. Don't you do that. Oh, it's like when bird song's here. It's just awkward.
Inception.
Camera
I think I should
reception.
flip it around this way, so then it's,
Yeah, there we
that's
go.
real level inception.
See, he uses a really fancy rig, and I just got a freaking GoPro.
Yeah, well, my camera's got to make my car look better.
Oh.
You got better looking cars.
No. My cars just look like crap. I'm honest about my cars. I want them to appear as they appear in person. My crappy little camera will make them just look like as crappy as they are. Except for some reason, that Pro Stock always looks pretty cool. Yeah, you gotta stand back.
Yeah, I know. I need a wider angle lens to get big damage hammer on here.
Well, get a thin lens. Can you make us look like we weigh about 100 pounds? That'd be nice.
Let me go back to my bag.
There we go. There we go. But yep, we're gonna get that thing up on the stand. We can start playing with other cool parts. But we're gonna hang out with Grant.
And Dad.
I was waiting for Dad to say something cool.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Fair. Here we go. I need music. Can't work without music. Grant, how dare you? He just smoked my driveway with a bunch of gravel. Anyways, Grant's a good dude. Or should I say Shirley? Should I say Shirley? Well, anyways, we're going to get back to work on this whole 340. We dug out our W2 heads. Ooh, Jessel rockers. Ooh, pretty. We're going to get those things slapped on there. We got our Street Dominator Holly intake. We also got our Victor 2 that we're not real proud of. We got a 750 Ultra HP or XP, what is used for mock-up. We got a timing chain cover. We got a couple of 340 parts, small block stuff. We'll open up this treasure trove here. Oh, Hemi Zoomy headers up there. We're gonna need this bad guy right there. That needs to go on here for mock-up. So let's see what we can make this thing look like. So just imagine for a minute there's manifolds or headers blocking all this. So you can't tell this writing down here. You can't see these ports. Tell me that you couldn't tell that apart from another engine. It would look like just a 340 or a 360 or even a 318. You'll see got a Holly intake, and you can't really see the fancy Holly carburetor underneath the stock air cleaner, the 1 year only 7340 air cleaner. That's a really cool air cleaner. No snorkels on it. It's huge. It's short and fat. I don't know if I like that really as an appearance thing, but I left one of the valve covers off so you can see these rockers. Where am I gonna put this thing? This thing is huge. Just go right there. Sit right there. Yeah, everything lines up good. The heads I don't think have ever been decked. We're gonna need push rods obviously, but push rod geometry looks like it'll be good. You know, these heads are unported. That's one of the big things why I've wanted them so bad. We got a really good seal back here on the intake. I think I'm gonna stick with the strip dominator versus the Victor 2 intake. I don't know. I mean, the lines on it are neat and they work for what they were doing with it. I don't like that intake's particular design. I like this longer runner, big fat air gap, a lot of space. I've always liked this intake more. And we could actually set it up because it has both the plugs, so we could do the same deal. We could drill and tap some ports back here and run them hoses if we decided we wanted to do that. Them hoses, by the way, are for more even distribution of the coolant. Instead of like on a small block, you have a water crossover here in the front. So that's how the water gets circulated through the intake and head to head and everything. But if you have a bypass running from here to here, it cools the engine more evenly. Instead of having all the water rushing this way, it'll be going all over. So it's a good deal. It's a circle track kind of thing from what I've read. I'm not going to pretend like I really know. I'm just kind of guessing here, but I think we're going to run the 750 Ultra XP, the other one I got. I like these carburetors because you can adjust them with this little rod. You can have them open 1-to-1. I think a 750 will be good for a little 340 with W2 heads on it. I think it'll be a screamer. I don't think you really need much more carburetor than that. Oh hell, this has got two 650s and it's 500 cubic inches, so that'll probably be plenty for this engine. Don't know what we're gonna do for a cam yet. We got to get pistons. The bore is 4070. I can't remember what stock bore. I think that's 20 over or something. Let's see, that'd be 30 over, I think. Yeah, I think it's 30 over, so I need to get 30 over pistons. I'll have to double check. I think stock bore on a 340 is 4040. So if it's 4070, okay. I don't know, don't quote me. I need to get a distributor plug that hole. I need to get my trash bag out, which, where did my trash bag? Oh, there it is, okay. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun little build. I think it'll make some good power. Depending on if you guys get into the build series, we might take it back down to the dyno and just do another dyno video. Note that dynoing an engine costs about $500 a day, so that's money out of my pocket. You know, obviously YouTube don't pay that well, but I like taking the engines to the dyno because I think it's a good way to, you know, prove what your engine makes. You get it all dialed in instead of trying to get it close while it's in a car. You actually get it just right, especially when you got EGTs in every single header tube. But it'd be kind of neat to see what those W2 heads do. Of course, we got to figure out what color we're going to paint this, what we're going to do for valve covers. I have these little red chrome valve covers I was planning on running. I've got some cast aluminums to pick from. I got some Wyans up there and some MTs. I wonder if we could put those Hemi covers on there. And yeah, I know I have a small block tunnel ram right there, but it's for an LA, not for W2. And I don't really want to put a hole in the hood of the Duster. But the whole thing with, you know, it'll be a real 340 with the W2 heads, which you won't be able to tell it's W2 heads hardly once it's in the car and everything's hooked up. And, you know, people are going to be unsuspecting because they'll see that stock air cleaner that's probably going to rob some power from us, but then they'll see the Duster and they won't think twice. They'll just think it's, well, there's really no fooling anybody with this thing. I mean, it definitely, hopefully that engine will help it, you know, run like it looks. That little 360 does a pretty good job, but it ain't good enough for the size tires and narrowed rear end and all that stuff. So I think it'll be cool. I've been stashing these parts, buying these parts, you know, anytime I find a good deal, I'll pick them up because I've, you know, not that I really care for a 340. I've never had one. But I'd like to see the mystique of a 340. See if it really is this miracle, magical, badass engine of, you know, wizardry and just epicness. And I figure I'm gonna give it every chance it can by putting the W2s on it. If it don't impress me with W2s, then it's really not all it's cracked up to be. So, sorry, I gotta roll these windows up. Shuts like a dream. So yeah, I just want to do this mock-up. I wanted to see what this engine would look like. We'll play with some valve covers and stuff, but I think it's gonna be pretty neat. And plus, just look at this room now. I mean, holy crap. Have you ever seen anything cooler than that right there? Just take a minute. Pro stock, little baby Hemi, the 340 with W2s, and Jezebel's engine. Oh, of course the two 273s, but nobody's really getting super excited but me on those. If I was ever going to do another budget build, it'd be right there. I don't know what I'd do with it. I'd probably just slap them together and make some noise, put a ridiculously sized cam on them. But I think we're just going to go ahead and we're going to take you, little 340, and we're just going to push you into the corner. And we're going to thank all these people for watching this video. And we're going to wish them to have a good night, good weekend, good weekday, whatever it's going on for them. And hopefully soon we'll get some pistons and rods found for this thing. If anybody's got anything, you let me know, I'll buy them. We don't want to get crazy with compression, you know, about 10.5 to 1. It's iron heads. And we have those small combustion, but I think they're like 65 cc. Don't quote me, I'll have to do some more research. It's the later model W2s. We're going to run LA headers because I'm not forking over money for the W2 headers unless a company out there decides, hey, we like your stuff. Half price, I'll buy them. But we'll run LA headers and we'll just live with the exhaust restrictions. But it'll make a nice little street engine. It'll be good in the duster. I can't stand the prices people want for X heads and J heads. They're not worth it to me. And I've got all this stuff. I've been stashing small block stuff for a while because I knew I'd want to do this someday. I got the windage tray, I got the extra bolts. I've just got a bunch of stuff in this little cupboard. And once we get a cam figured out, we'll change the valve springs. We'll go through the heads, make sure everything's safe and good on those. But I think it'll be a good runner. So I've rambled enough. Let's just take this air cleaner and we're actually going to put this back over here because I don't want anything to happen to this bad boy. See, there's the small block Wyans. We might do those. I don't know. I kind of want to keep the 340 looking stock. As stock as possible, which is a far cry from what I normally do, but I think it'll be kind of neat to do something a little bit different, make it look as stock as possible, minus the intake. I will not run any other intake. That's the intake we're running. So you guys drop your comments, your thoughts below. If you got some parts, you can email me. My email is in the description below. If a company out there is like, hey, we want to sponsor you with some super expensive headers, this is the one time where I will take you up on that sponsorship deal because I am not paying no $1,000 for headers. So, but they're probably not going to do that now because I've done said that. So, but anyways, look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. As always, thank you for watching this video and we'll see you in the next one. So take care and bye-bye.